Welcome back to Educational Freedom. I'm here, your Lalita. Last video, we spoke about the National Policy on Education 1986 and the edited version 1992. In this video, we are going to see about the Draft National Education Policy 2019, which got released in the month May 2019. So, this whole document is divided into four main parts, that is school education, higher education, additional key focus area, and transforming education. These are the four main parts, and this document has been made from the committee headed by Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. It is a 11-membered committee under Dr. Kasturi Rangan. So, let's see what are all the different things they discussed under this document. So, they spoke about universalization of early childhood education, and they also spoke about this foundational course for literacy and numeracy. This universalization of early childhood education they discussed even in the document 1986. So they also spoke about the dropouts and ensuring universal access to education, and also they spoke about the school infrastructure. They wanted to make the schools like for now we have this primary schools, we have middle school, we have higher secondary school, all those things in different place. So they spoke about something called school complex, which will be like a bigger section, and all the schools like primary to till 12th class, everything will be there in the one building, like one compound, that is called school complex. And this will be like they will be sharing the materials, human resources, and students. They made this to make the students feel more comfortable and to travel together with different ages with proper thing. Okay, then also this document also bought one different thing called extension of RTE. This RTE previously it was for the age of 6 to 13. So it was for the age of 6 to 13, and now they are making it in a wider range for the age of 3 to 18. They are including 9th standard to 12th standard in this RTE. When we come to the curriculum part, the structure of the school will be divided into 4. That is like 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, the 5 years will be for foundation, which will include the pre-primary and first and second grade. And when we go to the next 3 years, it will be like preparatory. Preparatory will be like 3, 4 and 5, and next 3 years will be for middle education, and next 4 years will be for higher education, that is like high school, which will be like 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. This will be the total school structure, and this will be like changing the previous structure of 10 plus 2. And next they are discussing about the student centered classroom, holistic development of the students, and they spoke about the critical thinking, developing the critical thinking in the students. Next, students will also have flexibility in choosing the subject, which will be very good. Like a science student, if they want to go for arts subject, they can choose it. If art student, if they want to have science in their thing, they can choose that. So, and next comes the very controversial part, which a lot of people have been discussing, is 3 language system. This will be like a home language as a medium of instruction. So they told that if the schools are situated in Tamil Nadu, the medium of instruction will be in Tamil or the local language. So they also spoke about bilingual approach for pupil whose language is different from medium of instruction. If for example I am from North India or I am from some other state like Maharashtra or Andhra Pradesh, I will have bilingual approach. This is what the document explains, and they will have exposure to 3 or more languages in school. So they are trying to explore many languages, as the studies tell that from the age of 2 to 6 or 2 to 8, they will be able to grasp a lot of language. So they are trying to teach as many as language to the students. Then if they are unable to have the teachers, like in Tamil Nadu, if they don't have the other language teachers, or in Andhra Pradesh if they don't have other language teachers, the state which has surplus amount of teachers for that particular language will be helping the state which don't have teachers. So hiring will be happening in this way. And they also spoke about inclusion of foreign languages in the school other than English, like French, German, Spanish. These kind of languages will also be included. This language policy spoke about something called, there will be a special 2-year course on language on the Hindi speaking states. So what this mainly talks about is, in Hindi speaking states the students will be naturally going for Hindi, Sanskrit and English. If someone is like, if I am going for Hindi, Sanskrit and English, I will be choosing this 2-year course. Like it is very compulsory for me to choose this 2-year course and choose the other classical languages of India. This document didn't exclude the other languages. They mentioned about the classical languages and development of that too, but that was not as good as they spoke about the Sanskrit and development of Sanskrit language. And when we are coming to the next part, this document also discussed about physical education, digital literacy, vocational education, logical reasoning, aesthetics and arts, ethical and moral reasoning. These things will also be included in the education. And they spoke about the changes that they are planning to make in National Curriculum Framework NCF 2005 by the end of 2020, and will be available in regional languages too. And they are planning to establish Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation, which will be established for high quality translation of all the national level documents in local language of a state. So all the national level documents which are being made, like NCF or this national policy or whatever documents which they are making, will be translated and interpreted with high quality translation through this IITI, Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation. So next we are coming to the part of board examinations. So they spoke about board examinations, that in these years, like for many years, board examinations have been very fearful, and students, there have been a lot of suicides because of the results. There have been a lot of fear in the students' mind, and there have been a lot of like examinations for preparing for the examination. All these things have been happening in many years. So this year they are planning that this board examinations will be made avoid fear, and it will make the holistic development and not only examination. Students can choose the subjects in which they want to give exam. So no months of preparation. So students, like before in previous year, there will be months of preparation. From the month of January or December, students will start giving examinations, model examinations, and there will be a lot of preparations, a lot of special class to the students who are appearing for board examination. This document talks that this will not continue, and there won't be no months of preparation, should be made easier to check the core capacities of the students. And they also planned for the new assessment. By the year of 2022, all the teachers should be prepared to give the new assessment. And they also spoke about state census examination in the grades 3, 5 and 8 in addition to the board examination. So the grades of 3, 5 and 8. So in the states like Tamil Nadu, they tried to adopt it last year, and students, like many students and teachers, they were afraid. I have seen them what happened in that school. So towards the end of January 2020 or in the starting of February 2020, the government withdraw the plan of conducting board exams for 3rd, 5th and 8th, because this document clearly spoke about avoiding the fear and holistic development, but what happened there was completely different. And next, coming to the National Test Agency. So they will be establishing the National Test Agency, which will be conducting the entrance examinations for colleges. And they also spoke that this examinations will be conducted in different languages, supporting the talents of the students. Development of teachers. So this document is talking a lot about development of teachers, what is lagging in the effective teaching, and this document is discussing the points which makes outstanding teachers and teaching, and also the issues affecting teachers and teacher education. So they spoke about passion, teacher motivation, qualified and well trained teachers. Teachers should relate with students. So in this point, try to remember the point which I discussed in the video of NEP 1986. So they told they want to recruit teachers from SC and ST backgrounds. So this is one thing, like student teacher relationship, and the two students are not relating to the teachers. All these points have been discussed from many years. Now next we are going into this inclusive and equitable education to have equal opportunities for all children. So this section talks about the different reasons and discrimination practiced in India, like gender, caste, class. So through which the education is unable to reach each and every people, each and every children which needs it. They also told that a pupil teacher ratio 25:1, like for 25 students, one teacher. And among the all underrepresented groups, they have also included the education for transgender children in this document. So next they will be establishing another thing called National Education Commission, headed by Prime Minister, which will be responsible for developing, articulating, implementing, evaluating and revise the vision of education in the country. When coming to the higher education, they spoke that there will be three types of higher educational institutions will be established. They are research universities, teaching universities and autonomous degree granting colleges. After all these discussions, they had a separate section called Making It Happen, which talks about the financial investment and how these things, how finance will be invested in education in making all these changes happen. But when I read the topic Making It Happen, I thought that there will be some plans, like how they are going to do all these things, how they are going to implement all these things other than the financial investment. So after completing this document, I think here I am going to discuss few things which came up to my mind, and this will be open for the people who are watching it to discuss further. So let's go into the discussion point. So when a common man reads this document, they feel that this is a very nice step to change the education system which we have been getting since years. But I feel that these are all very document oriented changes which are made in the education system. I don't think this is like, to be frank, I have been working with the teachers, working with the education sector, and being in this education sector from the past 7 years. I think that all these changes will take a lifetime to get implemented. It is not so easy. Like even in the document they have been mentioning the different years, like in 2030 this will be implemented, in 2040 this will be implemented, in this year we are expecting to spend this much of amount. All these things they have been telling, but this is not the first time they have been mentioning all these things, because we have been seeing the different documents talking about different policies and implementing different changes in the upcoming years, but still we are trying to change. And coming to the next point, talking about the critical thinking, I don't know how many of you do understand critical thinking, but when we talk about critical thinking, developing the critical thinking in schools and students, just imagine in homes we are not supposed to question our elders too. In schools we are not to raise our voice. In society, as a society, if we be critical, what is happening? Just look around the society, then you will understand. If we are being critical, we have been framed with some other words. Just imagine they are trying to improve the critical thinking. You decide for yourself. And then talking about experiential learning, here comes the more fun part. So you have been seeing the people who are telling like we have experienced and we don't want you to experience all those things. Please learn from our experience. Like if we are to learn from your experience, why we need this experiential learning? Why people are stressing upon the learning which comes from the experience? I don't know. I am seriously unable to understand these points. Like, there are a lot of points which we can discuss like this. I think you people will also find the points like this which we can discuss more further. If you find those points like this, like how I took up this critical thinking and experiential learning, if you find some other points like that, please comment below, and I'll be meeting you with this 2020 document in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.